Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just catching a vibe right now, shuffling up right now, getting ready to do your February 2019 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's much appreciated. And for those that are returning, thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and positively engaging this platform the way you do and sending me your genuine love, light, and support. All right, it's a privilege and honor to connect with you guys, read for you guys, and of course do this thing called Ascension together. Okay, so thank you. For those that timestamp the reading prior to the prayer, please continue to do so. And if you are new to the platform and want to bypass the intro, just see below in the comments. Angel Gang's good at timestamping the reading for you prior to the prayer, because we acknowledge here on the platform that the reading starts when the prayer does. Okay. For those that would like to book personal readings with me, that's fine. I'm still accepting. So go ahead, see below in the description my email address. You can send in your request to my email and I will send you a link for my calendar. Just please keep in mind that my readings are live. They're not pre-recorded. And if you are going to block off my calendar, you need to have paid first. Okay. Once you go into the availability on either the 30-minute session or the hour session, find your availability. That's great. Pay via PayPal and then put yourself in the calendar, because then in my email, I'll see 2 submissions by you. I'll get 2 emails by you, because if I don't, I'll reject you out of the calendar. And then if you do it again, I'll block you from the calendar, guys. So just be mindful of my calendar, my time. I open it up to you guys so you can book yourself whenever works for you. Just be cognizant and respectful of my time and my calendar, okay? Other than that, I look forward to connecting with you guys face to face this month. If you want to get access to additional content, I do weekly love readings and daily general readings, which are like mini versions of these, on Patreon for members only. So if you'd like to become a member, I will catch you over there. Okay. Just a couple of shout outs. I want to shout out 2 brothers from the 6, fellow Bredgens from the GTA. They're starting a podcast called Pod About Nothing. Okay, they're the smartest idiots I know. And they're starting this cool podcast, and it's pretty official. Like, they've got producers, they've got sets, it's pretty official, man. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. And that, they're Angel Gang all the way. They support my platform. So guys, let's show them some love in return. Please go like, share, subscribe. It's a brand new platform. Okay. So let's blow that shit up. All right. You guys know I don't really watch tarot so much anymore, especially with regards to getting messages. I'm really trying to rely on my own messages and not be reliant of other people's messages. Like I tell you guys, I practice what I preach. Okay. But obviously we love the tarot community and a lot of the people that offer readings, whether we want the messages or resonate with the messages or not. So anyways, shout out to all the readers that do genuinely show me love. Okay. And support. I send it right back to you. I love you guys back. Sometimes, like some of these readers, if I see them post, I just go and I like their video and I just don't even watch it because I don't feel drawn to, just because I love them, man. Some of these readers are hard as shit. And then shout out to all the readers that watch me and show no love and no support. Okay, shout out you guys too. You guys have my analytics on 10. Let me not bring my narcissistic energy to this reading. Okay. But I did want to shout out Pretty Blind Eyes. She came up in my feed and I didn't even resonate to the title or the sign, but I felt drawn to click on the video, and she is legally blind reading tarot off of Braille. So inspiring, so amazing. So glad to have her a part of the community, just to be able to offer that kind of inspiration. A lot of you guys want to start your own channels and stuff. And if you have any self-doubts, go check out her Pretty Blind Eyes and you might feel differently. Such an inspiration. I got even emotional just seeing her doing it and saying her little intro, and she's funny as hell. All right. So yeah, you guys can timestamp now. I'm going to use the Tarot of Magical Correspondence, and we'll get into your prayer and get started. Okay. All right. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective sign of Sagittarius. Please allow me to communicate clearly to them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. You had a card flip out. You got the Princess of Wands and the Six of Swords. Some of you have some really good news. Some of you are going to be invited to travel somewhere, meet somebody, go on a vacation. Somebody is maybe inviting you to join a group on a vacation or a trip of some kind. This is also really good news surrounding a car. So some of you might get some of you were in an accident and you're going to get really good news with regards to the insurance, the money you get back. Some of you are going to get good news that somebody is going to actually pay or fund a journey or a trip of some kind for you. This is good news. This Page of Wands is energy that makes you feel like you're moving forward. So the Six of Swords speaks about being in like murky waters, murky, shallow waters, and moving out into more clear, deeper waters, freer flowing waters. So everybody knows that still water has a lot of bacteria in it. You never want to drink or sit in still water. So the Six of Swords is moving away from still and stagnant water that has all this bacteria and shit in it to more fresh, cleaner water that is more free flowing. So whatever this good news is, because for some of you, it is whatever this is, it increases your vibration and gets you to feel like you're moving out of a darker energy and moving into a better one. So this is exciting. Whatever this is, there's some kind of excitement, good news. Some of you were feeling stuck somewhere, right? Waiting for an approval of some kind. Maybe it was an approval for a place, an approval for a loan, something of that nature. And you get this good news and boom, you feel like my vibration's higher. I can move forward. Right? So some of you were waiting for something to come in. Some of you were waiting for the green light for something so that you could move forward. Like I said, some of you are being invited to travel somewhere, visit somebody. Somebody is asking you, hey, can you come visit me? I'll pay for your flight. I'll pay for your ticket. Come see me, or come meet me somewhere, or I'm going somewhere. Do you want to come with us? Yeah, and for others of you, you're getting good news about a car. Some of it is an insurance claim. Some of you are going to get more money than you anticipated from an accident or something like that. For some of you, like I said, it's somebody offering to pay for your trip or journey. Some of you are going to be gifted a trip for like your birthday or something, or some of you were gifted a trip for Christmas. Let's see what else. King of Swords. Yeah, this is good news. Like this King of Swords could be a legal entity, a business. This could be the insurance company, you know, making a decision about your claim and then giving you the good news. And now you're like, I can get a new car. I can be mobile again. I can move forward again. Some of you are getting a lump sum of a settlement of some kind, which is great news. That funds you to be able to move, relocate. Some of you were stuck somewhere. Like some of you wanted to move, relocate, but you couldn't because you were going through some legal matters and had to wait for certain things to settle out before you could move forward. Yeah, some of you are getting good news about a decision that was made about you, your case, your situation. Five of Swords. Yeah, moving away from somewhere you didn't want to be. Let's see what else though. Five of Swords and Five of Cups. Yeah, so essentially this Five of Swords and this Five of Cups is where this boat is departing from. So some of you are leaving this stale water, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords. This is all this bacteria, these negative emotions, these low vibrational ways of interacting, these conflicts, these arguments, this one-upping, this negative competitive vibe. It was just like some of you were stuck in this energy for whatever reason, whatever this was. There was this sense of needing a decision to be made so you can move forward from it, waiting for the good news, waiting for good news to come in so that you could leave this. For a lot of the signs as well, like karmically, what I've been downloading, all right, is that there's this massive conflict resolution that is occurring in the collective. It's karmic energy trying to bring everybody back to the Fool energy, which is this starting point, this 0 point where karma is balanced out and it's leveled out. So some of you have been in negotiations, because this could have been legal. You know, this conflict resolution could be playing out in a court of law. This conflict resolution could be coming to resolution because of an agreement that was signed off on. I don't know. Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, dropping a burden. I don't know. Let's keep going though. Oh, guys, for those that want to book personal readings and are interested in the Patreon, I offer an Oracle membership. There's only limited spots available, but it's you essentially book a 45-minute reading with me, and then you get all of the content for free. So you can check out the Oracle membership if you're interested in both a personal reading and in the content on Patreon. You'll save a lot of money if you want both, okay? But anyways, let's keep going. The Magician, and I just said that because I'm getting all these like Patreon notifications. The Magician. Some of you are very excited to leave something behind. This good news, this Princess of Wands is what this Magician was waiting for. Some of you are waiting for a green light or a yes in order to make some serious moves. Someone might kind of break down to you. I'm hearing somebody go, I just can't do this anymore. And it's this 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups, which tell me that this is a reoccurring pattern of conflict between two people or a group of people. Because with the 5 of Cups, that's focused on the past. That is, you know, and the 7 of Swords under the 5 of Swords, this is fucking nasty. Some of you, let me wrap my head around this, because these are like 3 of the worst cards in the deck, and with the 2 of Cups. Somebody's made the decision that they want to return back to somebody, but they don't actually know if they can. Somebody might be feeling like they fucked up an opportunity with something, and they want to revisit it, but they just don't think that they're able to. So I'm not really sure in regards to that scenario what that person will end up doing. Somebody wants to move forward from conflict with you. There's people who are moving away from people in order to avoid and separate themselves from conflict, where others, they want to resolve conflict so that this 6 of Swords has... you're with them in the moving forward. Some of you are moving forward with somebody after conflict resolution, and then some of you are moving away from somebody because conflict resolution cannot be had. 3 of Coins and the Knight of Cups. And the 5 of Coins. What the hell? You've got the 5 of Coins, the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. This conflict is so bad that it could have had to get like the law involved. Some of you are going through a divorce, and because there was infidelity, some of you are getting the good news that you're gonna get a lot of money. Like you are entitled to more because of something that occurred in a relationship. Like the reason why the relationship is dissolving. Like for some of you, if you were going through a divorce, this is going to be heavily in your favor. The problem is the actual process, because of everything that has to be talked about and discussed. It's like drudging up all the shit and the fucking conflict. I'm seeing some of you screaming at each other in front of your lawyers. Like screaming at some of you, your lawyers get up together and calm you guys the fuck down. So I'm hearing a lawyer saying, we've got to stop this today. We cannot continue this today. We're done. So there is some negotiations that are not necessarily going very well. Some of you, there's somebody who wants to offer you something. Some of you are going to ask somebody, why are you offering this to me now? Because for some of you, you wanted something from somebody that they were not willing to give you before. If it's an employer, you were asking for an opportunity and they weren't willing to give it to you then. And now they're willing to give it to you, but nothing's really changed from your perspective. So you're wondering why you're being offered this position now. It's because you're being asked to clean up the shit of somebody else. For some of you, if it's romantic, this is somebody wanting to offer you something that they didn't offer you, that they didn't think you were worth offering before. Would you fancy that? For some of you, this is you offering somebody an opportunity to work and build something with you. So you had an idea, you were planning something, you wanted to do something, and you offered somebody to come and work with you to do it. They did not want to. They were not open to working with you. And some of you were quite irritated by that, because for some of you, this is somebody that you helped to build up something on their end. So when somebody came to you and was like, oh, do you want to work with me? Do you want to help this? You were like, yeah, sure. And now it's you building something, asking somebody to support you, and they're not willing to. Now, what's fucked up though, is that you proceed forward with building this foundation. Like you proceed forward, as you can see, standing up on the ladder, like I'm going to go up regardless. And then it almost looks like somebody changes their mind. They're realizing that because of what you're developing and building up and how good it's going, that they actually made a poor decision to not be a part of it from the beginning. Yeah, some of you gave an opportunity to somebody to be part of something you were creating. They didn't opt in. They didn't want it. They didn't see the vision. They didn't want to move forward with you. And now you've built this up and you have something good to show for it with the Magician. And now somebody wants in now. And I don't know if they've communicated that to you yet. They might be struggling to communicate it to you because they are aware that it was something that they rejected and didn't believe in. And now it's almost like that walk of shame energy, you know, and somebody doesn't really want to address the shame that they feel, or kind of this whole I told you so energy, or, you know, it's the ego that's stopping them from admitting that they want to actually be a part of what it is that you're doing, even though they didn't want to be a part of it before. So somebody else's ego is being triggered by your success. And I think what's triggering it is that they could have been a part of it, but they opted not to be a part of it. Somebody didn't think you'd be able to build or conceive something without them. And you do. And some of you, this person reacts really poorly. So it's funny because somebody is really against you, but they're against you because you're proving them wrong. And their ego is refusing to accept that they were not right about something. So instead of their ego being pushed to the side and saying, okay, I was wrong. I did not see this properly. I did not take advantage of this when I should have. I was not open to this when I should have. Their ego is attacking you, trying to diminish you to prove that they were right. It's like, yeah, somebody's against you only for the simple fact that they were wrong. It's like they refuse to believe that they were wrong. So they are downplaying your success. They're talking shit about what you're doing. They're telling people that you are going to fail, or that this is unsustainable, or like something of this energy. And it's just like, there's going to be people that look at them and say, they're doing all right to me. Looks like they've got something good. Like there's this, someone's ego isn't responding well to your success. And that's not your problem. Queen of Coins, Princess of Coins, and Five of Coins. Yeah, somebody feels left. This is the single independent energy. And I think with this Pentacle, you offered somebody to work with you, do this with you, you know, conceive something, build something with you. And they essentially, what you thought was leaving you out in the cold, because somebody rejected this. Somebody rejected you trying to bring them into something or work with you. They rejected the opportunity to work with you, whether in a business, professional, or romantic sense. commit to you, build with you. And you originally thought you were left out in the cold. Well, would you fancy that this person, now we have four fives, three fours, three fives. This person essentially is the one that feels out in the cold, not you. You're not cold because everything that you are building is keeping you nice and warm. Who's cold is the person who rejected being a part of what it was that you were building because they just did not believe. Ten of Swords, they just did not believe. Some of you were really hurt by the way they just did not believe. They thought what you were doing and trying to do and build was the Ten of Swords, futile effort, they ain't gonna win, that's not gonna work, only for you to reap the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody made a very wrong assumption over you, what you were doing, what your capabilities were. They pegged you wrong and they're realizing that now. So now that's why I'm saying you felt left in the cold while you experienced some kind of rejection, but you're realizing you're not in the cold. You're living in the Ten of Pentacles, which is fully heated. There's heated ceramic floors. Like, I mean, there's nothing cold about you. So essentially this being left out in the cold is this person. So this Ten of Swords and this Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles that was projected onto you is actually the energy that this person is living in at this time. I'm telling you, the bad thoughts that you put about people, the bad intentions, they literally, you don't affect people with that shit. You affect you and your manifestations. You manifest everything that comes out of your fucking mouth. So all this doubt, all of this shit talking, it's about yourself. It's not about, nobody's looking at you thinking, oh, that person, like, it's about yourself, right? Or whoever this person is. Because for most of you Saggies, I'm feeling like you are the one who felt left in the cold because you offered yourself to someone, asked somebody to be a part of something that you were building or developing, asking somebody to build a foundation, commit to a relationship with you, and they opted out and it hurt you. But you're doing well now. So the same feelings that you had that were projected onto you and gave you the illusion of this is actually the reality that somebody else is living at this time, if this is making any sense to you. The High Priestess and the Eight of Coins. Yeah, you guys, good for you guys for really believing in yourself, because a lot of the time when people experience that rejection, meaning you go to people and ask for their opinions and they tell you it's a bad idea and then you abandon your idea. Or you go and you try to build, you ask somebody to be a part of something you're trying to build and they say no, and then you scrap what it is you're trying to build. A lot of you didn't do that. A lot of you said, well, fuck it, I guess I'm going to do this dolo. And you did that and you built something. You invest in yourself, you build something, you gain status, independence, you reap money. There's success in these efforts and these seeds that you planted, right? That's why you don't give up on yourself. That's why we don't want to be codependent. There's a lot of things you don't achieve because you're codependent and you want people's cosign or approval. And then when you don't get it, you don't strive for what it is you want. You don't make these things happen. But for a lot of Sagittariuses, you had a vision and you wanted people to be a part of it, but the vision, the people not wanting to be a part of it and your vision, you did not get them tied up with each other. You kept them separate. My vision is my vision. If I can get people to help me with it and be a part of it, great. If not, I'm going to do whatever I have that is in my power to make this happen. And you did. And now there are people that you opened up to that are now seeing what you built on your own and wanting to be a part of it. It's like supporting, nobody wanted to support you. It's almost like the energy of you ask somebody for help, to borrow money, asking somebody to invest in you and they didn't want to. It's like they never love you when you're down. It's like all these rich people get all this free shit when the rich people are the ones who can afford to actually pay for the shit. It's that same kind of energy. It's like, sorry. Hello? Next. I'm sorry. forgot where was that? Some devil energy came through my Bumbleclaw phone. I need to change my number. Anyway, yeah. Good for you guys for believing in yourself. Yep. Let's go into clarification though. Yeah. It's like giving money to somebody. It's like asking somebody. It's like somebody wanting to help you when you're up. People, you know, I'm not even going to go there, but I'm telling you, man, they don't love you when you're down. And there's somebody here who didn't love you when you were down, but they love you now that you're up. They weren't willing to work with you then, but they're willing to work with you now. They didn't want to be a part of what you were doing then, but they sure as fuck want to be a part of it now. And your ego is gonna be triggered to handle this in the best way possible. Because some of you, this person could contribute to what it is, because they did show up as the King of Swords. So some of them can, for whatever reason that you wanted to be with them or have them a part of what you were doing, still stands. So some of you are gonna have to eat your ego to allow somebody to come back and help you who is capable of helping you and investing in you. And some of you are not. The 5. I don't know why I'm pulling from this. I think we'll just pull from a bunch of oracles. I want to pull from more oracles. We'll read this from the book, though. I don't know. I feel like reading this now. Anyways. We're not at the end of the reading. Some of you like, you only read it at the end. I know, but I just felt drawn to do this right now. Okay. It's probably part of this message we're talking about. Flights of fantasy, leap of faith, taking the next step. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. If you take the leap of faith, oh, the places you could go, but you'll never know until you try. You can dream and hope and take that leap, but there are risks involved. Nevertheless, we do not have to be a tarot fool. Is the fool here? No. I felt the fool energy. We don't have to be a tarot fool innocently leaping from a cliff. We can instead assess the scenarios, the dangers, and prepare. We can train or educate ourselves, becoming informed, taking precautions, and increase our chances of success. So for some of you, this isn't in the past. This is occurring. Some of you are wanting to offer somebody something, or some of you did. And essentially, yeah, for some of you, this is encouragement, because you want somebody to be a part of what it is that you want to build or do. And you're going to be challenged to do it without their support, because somebody isn't going to support you. Somebody is going to not see your vision, and they're not going to be a part of the conception phase. So some of you are going to be, because for some of you, it's your partner. For some of you, it's your partner not supporting your pursuits, your individual pursuits. So some of you are asking your partner to support you with something, or invest more time, balance out their time so that they can help or invest in you, and they're not doing that until you build it up. And now all of a sudden, for some of you, your partner wasn't supporting you with your career, meaning their job was always more important. So you would have to take time off. You would have to move around your schedule. You would have to do all of this shit. Their work, their abundance, what they do was always more important than what you did. So you were always sacrificing. This person is going to lose their job and essentially rely on you in a really deep way. So the work that you did that they did not appreciate, that they felt came secondary to what they were doing, is now going to be their primary source of survival. Yeah, somebody's going to learn to appreciate what you're doing the hard way. Yeah, somebody is losing their job and is going to rely on the job that they said was a waste of time. Some of you were starting a project or doing something, like, I'm talking like some of you are making jewelry, some of you are making soap, some of you are doing all kinds of, like, you know, doing oils, bath, like I'm getting all of these things. And somebody was like, that's a dumb idea. Somebody didn't want to invest in it. Somebody didn't support you. Somebody didn't show up when you were doing trade show, like all these things. This person ends up losing their job and relying on the exact thing that it is that you are doing that they did not support. So yeah, the reason why this came out is some of you are going to, this is encouragement to move forward regardless. You have a desire to do and pursue something that you are capable of doing. You don't have desires, okay, that require other people's capabilities. Whatever your desires are is because your internal dialogue says, yo, I desire this because I know I can achieve it. I know I can get it. I know I can bring it in. So some of you are going to be challenged to continue on that path, pursue dreams, build a foundation, invest in yourself without the support of certain people around you that you were hoping would support you. Let's pull from these romance. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Somebody wants to really, some of you who've been in relationships for a while, you've experienced some really tough things. Some of you and your partner, both you and your partner, have regrets over how things played out, the lies, the games you played, you know. For some of you, this Page of Wands energy is somebody being open to somebody forgiving you. So for some of you that are in a conflict resolution situation, this Page of Wands is somebody not just forgiving you, but being open to working with you again with the Two of Cups and the Three of Coins. That is somebody being open to a commitment again. Some of you guys separate, and when you're discussing actually going through the divorce, you end up deciding to stay together. Yeah, stay together. So some of you are in separation, but are not going to go through a divorce. You're going to decide to stay with your partner and work it through. Give it another go. Some of you guys are sure that you know how to do it differently to gain success in a relationship or partnership. For others of you, like I said, this is somebody who, and this could be a company, a corporation, it was somebody who didn't see your value and worth and who decided to not invest in you. And they are coming back to you, trying to explain to you why they did not want to invest in you then, but why they want to invest in you now. Worth waiting for. Yeah, some of you are going to be super triggered because this person is somebody that you want helping you with your project, investing with you. This is somebody you want to work for or be a part of, even though they rejected you at a certain point of time. You know, like for some of you, this was an employer who you interviewed with months ago who didn't hire you, only for them to reach out to you and ask you if you'd still be interested in a position like that or similar. And you're going to kind of want to stick it to them and be like, no, fuck off. But the fact of the matter is you still want that opportunity. You still want to work with that company. So you're going to have to put your ego aside. For some of you, it's your partner. You know what I mean? Your partner wasn't down to support you then, but they're coming to that realization now and they want to support you and be a part of it. But part of you is like, well, I got it here. I don't need you. You might actually, you know? So yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of like an ego battle here. This could be the one. True love and finances and career. Like, yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is needing to let somebody come back and help you. This is also somebody, these finances and career. Some of you were going through financial issues. Some of you were going through issues with your career and you were not getting the support that it was that you were looking for. Like I said to you, it's like you needed money. You might have asked somebody for money and they might have said no, they didn't have it. And then you went and got that money and now you're being offered the support. I keep getting that whole, it's like the rich people getting free shit. Rich people get the most free shit. And it's just so like pathetic how people just love to suck up to rich people like that when they are the fools who can actually afford the shit that they're getting for free. You know what I mean? So it's like somebody now is offering you the money that you don't need anymore or think you don't need anymore. Now, after the fact, I hear some of you saying, I don't need that anymore. I'm good. Thanks. And this person being like, well, you sure? Like, can I do anything? You're like, no, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm good now. I needed your help then. Now I don't. Thanks though. Like but I don't know if that's good. Because for some of you, you do need what this person has to offer. This person is humbling themselves and coming to you and willing to offer and support and help now. So it's almost like, I don't know. Are you going to flip on the wheel and then say, no, I don't want the help, and then still seek that support elsewhere? And the divine was like, we offered you that help. All that was required was you forgive this person and understand them. And you didn't. Wow. Reconciliation. Yeah. Reconciling of differences, conflict resolution. This is allowing somebody to come in and help you when they didn't before. It's almost like what you're asking for from the divine is coming, but it's not coming in the way that you think. So some of you are asking for support, partnership, and it's coming from somebody from the past who didn't support you and didn't want to partner with you then, but does now. So the divine's like, well, if you want what you want, all you have to do is forgive. And you're going, that's a little harder than I thought. Some of you are going to say, no, I don't want to forgive. I don't want this person's help. I can get help elsewhere. And then the help doesn't come. And then you're wondering why. And it's because the divine was like, I offered it to you. You just needed to forgive. Separation and reconciliation. This is what I'm saying. There was a separation that occurred because somebody was not aware of the true love that was there. Somebody wasn't aware of what you were doing. They didn't have faith. They didn't believe. It's like the support that you seek. You already know the person who's gonna, it's like the divine's trying to tell you the person who's meant to help and support you, just because they weren't ready to help, invest, and support you then doesn't mean they're not meant to. It just meant they were not ready then. They did not have the vision then. Some of them they weren't available to. They didn't have the capacity to help you out. So it caused some kind of separation only for you to go and build independently on your own. And then this reconciliation comes in, meaning somebody is, so yeah, some of you are going to need to allow yourself to drop the burden of being alone and doing it alone. With this, with the Nine of Swords, it's almost like you're stressed about letting somebody come in and help you because part of you feels a lot more pride when you do it alone. There's this ego part of you that feels like, well, nobody supported me and look how far I've come. Well, that's great. You have that. Nobody can take that from you, but it doesn't mean you are supposed to be burdened with doing it alone so that your ego feels fueled by everything it's doing independently. Independence is great, guys, but you're not meant to be independent so you live alone and build alone. No, you want to do that with people from an independent perspective, meaning you respect everybody's unique approach to what they bring in, what they put in the pot. So yeah, so there's this this reconciliation. Some of you are going to be pressured, not pressured, but triggered. Because yeah, I see you asking God to relieve the burden of loneliness and doing it on your own. And then the divine does that by bringing somebody, getting you to reconcile with somebody from the past because they are ready now to invest and support you, but you're still hung up on how you felt when you were rejected and when they didn't want to support you then. So your ego's going like, nah, fuck you. I don't want, be mindful. Because remember, you're asking God for something. You're asking for support. You're asking for partnership. You're asking for investors. You're asking for all this shit. So you need to make sure that the divine, that this isn't here. Like I said, I heard all you said, all I'm hearing is forgiveness will give you what it is you want. So for some of you, you need to forgive somebody in order to get from them what you deserve. Give your new love, give your relationship a chance, trust, honeymoon, wedding. Fuck. All right, and then let's really wrap though. We'll do a Kim Krans. Guys, like, share, subscribe. If the reading doesn't resonate, talk about the energies that you are subject to. Like on Patreon, people will, because everybody's a high priest and high priestess at this point, regardless of where in the ascension journey you're at. So I know a lot of you guys get your own downloads. You guys get dreams, don't know where to put them. I know a lot of people struggle with their own ascension because they keep it private. So the people that you're surrounded around, you don't feel comfortable talking about what is happening with you independently, your spiritual journey, your ascension, your dreams. You feel like almost like afraid. So that means that you guys haven't integrated your spirituality yet into your reality. You're still separating them. Your high priestess hasn't descended, or your high priest hasn't descended down into your body yet. You need to, because then your ego will acclimate to your spirituality instead of just your ego being driven by your shadow. I was triggered so badly with my ego, man. Holy fuck. because a lot of the shadow work that I do is surrounding the trauma I've been through, but then to deal with that and then realize there's all these sub insecurities and dark patches that fuel this narcissism in me that I had to purge out. The dead end. I don't want to take that because I feel like that might be just for me. How my narcissistic attitude and my insecurities will bring me to dead ends. Okay. All right. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, just one card for my beautiful Sagittariuses to wrap this spread. The shadow, I knew it was going to come out because I saw that the dead end and I thought it was the shadow card. Aw, and the kiss. I feel like we should read both because they're both like polaring energies. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a reconciliation. There is a separation and a reconciliation that's occurring right now. Yep. Because first of all, for both of these cards to come out at the same time, it's kind of like rare in itself. So there is some kind of reconciliation that's occurring, whether it is with an employer that passed up on you, a manager that didn't give you an opportunity or said you weren't qualified for an opportunity only to ask you to do said job. You're going to have to put your ego to the side. For some of you, it is a partner you're currently with who didn't want to support you then, who you need to support you, but you're struggling to be open to it because you were disappointed that they weren't there to help the conception phase. So you're holding the burden and feeling like, well, you're just feeling like you did it alone. You're holding a burden, the Four of Swords. Yeah. For others of you, this is needing to be open to somebody from the past returning back. It's like some of you are, I feel it, some of you are actively asking for something. And for some of you, it is going to come in the form of the past. And that's going to fucking trigger you. Because some of you are going to look at it and be like, there's no way this could be. No way this could be what I was asking God for. Well, you need to listen. You need to see why. Because the support that you seek is somebody you already know. What you're looking for, what you want, whether it's a romantic partner, an investor, whatever. What it is you want, you've already met this person. So that's why there's a reconciliation the divine's trying to bring in. Right? Somebody wasn't ready then. Whether it was you, whether it was this person, somebody was not ready. And that's why the separation occurred, was to get this inner shadow work done. This kiss is the forgiveness. Some of you are going to receive a letter or a note, this offering, this poet, and this kiss. Somebody is going to use words with the King of Swords, words, letters, poetry as a way of expressing their feelings. So it didn't show up as the King of Cups because it's not so much of emotional expression. Doesn't mean you don't get emotional sentiment out of it. However, this king is communicating themselves. It's very honest. It's very truthful. It's very genuine. Somebody is communicating their sentiments to you in a very direct way. Somebody is looking you dead in your face and saying, I want to be with you and I'm sorry. But they're not being emotional about it because it's requiring so much from them to get these words out of their mouth. Somebody knows that they slept on you. And that's a tough pill for them to swallow. But if the divine brings them back to reconcile, to offer you the support, offer you the contract, commit, invest, then you need to be open to that. Because I'm getting the impression that something that you guys want, that you're asking God for, is what's bringing something from the past. So you guys are looking forward into your new timeline saying, I want to meet new people, new investors, new this, new that, new this, new that. But what you're asking for, it's coming in the form of new from the past. If this is making any sense. The shadow. Shout out to all those that checked out the shadow video I did. Thank you for receiving me wholeheartedly. You know, being accepted, that was very hard for me to share. I went through like a huge heart chakra awakening after that. And then I was triggered by all of these like insecurities. So now my shadow work went from like this anger and sadness to pain to these insecurities that make my personality a way that isn't really authentic to who I am. And I can't stand it because I'm living in my authenticity. So now I'm seeing these insecurities and these inconsistencies. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not me. And the divine's like, are you sure it's not you? Because the shadow is saying otherwise. So now I have to address the shadow. Like, what is your problem? Why are you so fucking insecure? Why? You know, it just keeps going. Anyways. There. The shadow, the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. Although every card in the archetype type deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that a shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves that the world we began to separate from the whole, rather than getting to know the qualities and contents of the shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. Find support from this deep inner work and move forward. Move towards the shadow with patience and compassion. When light, revealing unconscious aspects of the self and world. When dark, denying unconscious aspects of the self and world. Go deeper, owning your own shadow by R. Johnson. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflection on the statement by James Hillman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move towards the shadow. Contemplate the following scientific abbreviations. The closer an object, a person, place, or community is to the light, the longer the shadow it casts. And then let's I'm gonna wrap there. I've read the kiss to you guys there. It just means you guys are trying to smash and get all like soft, and you want to reconcile, and you want to be tender and all of this shit. That's the kiss. Okay. Anyways, Saggies, I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe for personal readings. Check the link below. Send me an email. I'll send you my calendar link. And for those that want additional content, go to Patreon for daily general readings and weekly love readings. And for those that are interested in both, a personal reading and content from the Patreon, there is the Oracle membership, which will give you a 45-minute reading for the month and then unlimited access to all the content on Patreon, okay? Until the next time I see you guys, please continue to let your inner angels live, okay? I love you. Mwah. Ciao.